So, as you can probably tell from the glasses, I'm about to go sleep. But I wanted to do a video, and I also want to start a series, sort of, which I'm going to call Fat Loss Fixes. And they are going to be some of the biggest roadblocks I see in my day to day practice and also in working with clients, and what I consider to be the biggest roadblocks when it comes to fat loss. And first off, and the first one, which I'm going to talk about right now, is biting off more than you can chew. So basically, people not being humble enough and simply trying or wanting to jump in just way too fast, Like, most people don't even start because of this. Like, most people simply, I don't know, they expect or they want this magical moment, They It's been 1st of January, that's every single year. People have their goals in October, they have their goals in September, October, November, and they just keep postponing it, like, yes, it's fine. Still have time. I'm going to do it, and it's no big deal because it's December. But I'm going to start in January. It's going to be a fresh start. I'm so going to be pumped. I'm going to be motivated. But first, let me just eat my ass off and let me just gain another 10 pounds. So I make sure I'm damn motivated come January. So I'll have plenty of weight to lose. Neither here nor there. Anyway, so what do most people do? They go in January, and most of them don't even start. Most of them will look at their schedule and be like, ah, um, it's not going to work out. I can't go in the gym 6 days a week. I have a family. I have this. I have that. Perhaps I have kids. I don't have time to eat every 2 hours. I don't have time to eat every single meal home cooked. I don't have time to make every meal perfect. I won't be able to stick to my clean eating plan, so I'm just going to abandon the whole ship. Seriously? That's what most people do. Like, they have this weird obsession, and I don't know if it's industry mediated. I don't know if maybe we insofar as fitness professionals are at fault because we portray these unrealistic, or Instagram portrays these unrealistic expectations for people. Maybe it's just in their heads. Maybe they don't really know what to expect. But that's what prevents people just. Um, so that's the first category. People don't even start to begin with. Like, like it's the same in life. Like, people, perhaps someone has this ambition of, I want to write a book, or I want to write a novel or something, and they won't say, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write every single day 10 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's Saturday, it's Sunday. 10 minutes, I'm going to take my 10 minutes, I'm going to write. Most people look at that and be like, 10 minutes, what's that? That's nothing. No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that moment when I will have a month of, I don't know, holidays, and all I'm going to do for a month is write. And of course, that month never comes. And you never put a pen to paper, or in this case, a pen to a keyboard. Whatever, you get the idea. It's the same with fitness, it's the same with fat loss, it's the same with everything. Like, start small. Humble yourself a bit. Like, you're terrible when you start. Like, we are all terrible at everything. There is this old saying that I heard from Jordan Peterson, that the fool is the precursor to the savior. Like, you must, if you want to start something new, if you want to be good at something, first you have to be a fool. You have to embarrass yourself. You're going to suck at it, and that's completely fine. Everyone sucks at it initially. We are all bad at something that we are just starting, right? So everyone has been a white belt. No one went to their first jiu-jitsu class and instantly became a black belt. Like, it takes time. So so let's say you actually made it to the gym. What do most people do? Like I said initially, they instantly, like, it's every single day this happens. A new member comes, I make them a membership, and I ask them, so I don't know, perhaps they want some guidance, or perhaps someone signs up for personal training, or they inquire about personal training, and they'll be like, so, ask them, how many days do you want to train with me? And they'll be like, 5 6 days. And I'm like, have you ever trained before? No, but I want to, people have this people have this idea of catching up, like I think the mindset is something as follows, like, you know I'm 30 years old, I have never trained a day in my life, so basically I have 15 years of training to make up for in the next 6 months. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to train 6 days a week from 0 to 6 overnight. Seriously? Like, there is an in between. And the same goes for dieting. Like, people will go from completely, no structure, no nothing, messed up, eating whatever I can get my hands on, to I want to eat like this bodybuilder or this Instagram personality I've seen. I want to have every meal prepped and weighed and measured and this and that and spaced out and every 2 hours and only from this list of clean foods. And start small. Like, people don't appreciate the impact one simple change can make over time. Like, and not only that, like, you're going to overwhelm yourself. Like, when it comes to training, like, you don't even need to train like 6 days a week. Like, almost no one has to. Like, especially no one who's going to watch this. Like, most people, you can get fantastic results training with 3 days a week. In fact, like, I would not recommend anyone train more than 4 days a week when they start. Like, three is plenty. So my rule when it comes to training is do the minimum number of days you are 100% certain you can stick to. If that's 1 day per week, I don't give a fuck. Do it 1 day per week, but do it consistently. If it's 3 days, fantastic. Do it for 3 days, but don't compromise. Like, don't do the I'll do 3 days, and when the day comes, you'll be like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to go. I have this. I have that. I'm too lazy to wake up. It's too cold outside. No, like, no, that's not how it works. Like, you set a plan. You negotiate with yourself. Okay, I'm terrible at this. I'm horrible. I have no discipline. I can't make it to the gym 5 days per week. Okay, can you make it 1 day per week? Yes. Can you make it 2? I think so. Can you make it 3? No, 3 is too much. Great. You do stick with 2 days per week. Which days are going to be? You have to write it out, because that's the easiest plan. Like, write it out and simply negotiate with yourself. Like, um, I'm going to do 2 workouts per week. Sweet. Which days are they going to be on? You can't just leave it up to, well, it's going to be 2 days per week and it's just going to be fine. It's whatever. It's no. You set out a plan. 2 days. It's going to be Monday and Thursday. Fantastic. At what hour? It's going to be Monday and Thursdays at 7 a.m. Great. Now you have a plan. Now you can actually stick to it. Now you have actually something to stick to. So now you know that no matter what comes, doesn't matter if it rains, if it snows, if it doesn't matter what it is. At Monday and at Thursday, on Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m., you're going to be in the gym. You're going to be lifting. And the same goes for dieting. Like, find the find the find the biggest rock you can sort of pinpoint right now in your diet. The one. Don't make six changes one all at once. I'm getting tired, so I can speak. So don't make 6 changes. Find the biggest rock right now you can pinpoint in your diet. Ask help if you know. Usually, what I noticed, especially if you live with someone, like, you might be blind, but usually if you have friends, colleagues, roommates, that sort of stuff, they can actually probably pinpoint um, uh, even more accurately than perhaps you can. Perhaps they will show you that, listen, you have this weird habit of drinking a bottle of Coke every single night with your dinner. There's just a simple solution. Replace that Coke with some Diet Coke, or remove it completely, whatever works for you. I don't care, just do it. But find the biggest rock you can and just stick to that, and do it day in, day out consistently for at least a month. And then you could think about making some additional changes. Start small. Don't underappreciate the impact small changes can make over time. So that will be all. Hope you have a fantastic night.